Hey guys, it is March 14th, about 9 a.m. I don't have time to do a long live stream today, but I wanted to just come in here and give my opinion on a couple things, because I get a lot of questions about, well, what do you think about the collapse? And so it's pretty obvious now to even the common person that we're doomed. The wheels are coming off. The finances are collapsing, inflation, blah, blah, blah. There's trains derailing, the earth's being poisoned, you know, the whole apocalyptic scene, there's aliens, all of it. And so, as Catholics, we need to understand a couple very key concepts. Number one, and this is very important, listen to me very, very, very closely. We need to distance ourselves from the Protestants and the Freemasons, if you will, okay? What we're witnessing is the collapse of the Protestant Masonic empire. It's being done. God is using communism and Marxism as an instrument of doing it, and I find it really hilarious that he's using a bad Catholic to do it. But we have to understand, this isn't our fight as Catholics. This is not our empire. This is not our fight. What we're witnessing is the collapse of the empire of God's enemies, okay? And so we shouldn't be upset. We should have hope and faith that in the end, the truth of God's church and Christianity in general will prevail in society. I have hope that society will come out better after this through much chastisement. But we have to understand this. We cannot get attached to this Masonic Protestant empire, because that's all America is. Okay, and so once you understand this, it's not so bad. But we have to understand this. And so Catholics are still under a lot of like weird, false, like deceptions that Protestants are like our brothers and sisters in Christ or something, and that's just not the case. They have always been the enemies of Christ's church. So I don't know how they could be our brothers and sisters when they literally hate the church that Jesus Christ founded and deceive people every single day into walking away from the Eucharist. I don't understand. So we have to distance ourselves from them. Unfortunately, now we should never stop working to bring them back into the truth, back into reconciliation, but let them fight their own fight. This is their empire. Let them fight it out. This is not our fight as Catholics. We have our own issues. We have to stomp out the Protestant Marxist influence within the church that has infiltrated the church. And we have to purify, quite frankly, ourselves so that Catholicism can be purified. But as far as like America collapsing and like the order of things collapsing, like this was always going to happen. It started with the Protestants, and then it moved to the Freemasons and the Republics, and then it moved. So if you really think about it, right, just look at England, for example. You had King Henry coming in and being a Protestant monarch, right? Which then paved the way for Freemasonry and republics, which paved the way for communism. So Protestants got played by Satan is what happens. They stepped outside the authority of the church while still pretending to be Christians. And all Satan did was use them as a Christian mask to implement Marxism, which was the final goal. That was always the final goal, okay? And so it was incremental process to get there. And it went Protestant, like I said, Protestantism, Freemasonry, communism. And so God is now using the enemies of the church to, number one, purify the church, but also to purify the world. Like I said, this isn't, as Catholics, this isn't our fight. It's not. It's just not. So distance yourselves from it. Keep the faith. Be a good Catholic. Live out the church teachings. That's what our job is, and keep speaking the truth. But as far as getting all caught up in this America collapsing ordeal, listen, it's not our fight. I'm telling you, let them fight it out. Let the Protestants fight it out. This is their empire, and it is collapsing, and it's going to collapse in a very dramatic way. And I hope a lot of people learn their lesson about true religion after this. But yeah, this isn't our fight. So that's all I got to say about that. I hope y'all have a good day. Joan of Arc Media out.